Welcome to the Explainer, everyone. Today, we are taking a massive, kind of overwhelming beast of a topic, the Department of Veterans Affairs system, and we're completely demystifying it. We're cutting right through all that heavy government jargon, and as you'll see with the fun step-by-step animations we've put together, we're going to show you exactly how to claim the benefits you have already earned. Look, if you're feeling frustrated, maybe buried under a literal mountain of bureaucratic paperwork, you are definitely not alone. Watch our animated friend here trying to navigate it. It's a nightmare, right? According to the data, if you served in the US military, even for just a single day, there's a really high probability you're entitled to benefits literally nobody told you about. Because of all this confusion and red tape, millions of veterans are leaving thousands of dollars on the table every single year simply because they don't know what they qualify for. Well, we're going to fix that today. So let's dive right in. Here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the unclaimed benefits problem. Second, who actually qualifies. Third, 6 life-changing VA benefits. Fourth, busting common benefit myths. And fifth, the exact steps to claim your benefits. All right, Section 1, the unclaimed benefits problem, missing out on earned wealth. Let's get into it.
Navigating the VA system? Yeah, it can absolutely feel like trying to slay a multi-headed monster. Our info today is grounded in the hard-learned lessons of veterans who spent years fighting through this exact maze. So, before we get into the tactical steps, I want to pose a vital question directly to you. Who actually deserves VA benefits? Take a second and think about your own assumptions. The short answer? If you served, you likely qualify for something. But let's challenge some preconceived notions and pivot toward the actual, concrete eligibility criteria.
Moving on to Section 2. Who actually qualifies? The 3 basic requirements. Okay, pay close attention here because the barrier to entry is probably a whole lot lower than you might think. Number 1, you must have served in the active military, naval, or air service. And hey, this is absolutely crucial. This includes National Guard and Reserve members who were called to active duty by a federal order. Number 2, you must have been discharged under conditions other than dishonorable. So if you have an honorable discharge, a general discharge under honorable conditions, or honestly, in some cases, even an other than honorable discharge, you're likely in the clear. And number 3, you must meet the specific service requirements for the particular benefit you're applying for. That's where the fine print really matters. Now, what's really interesting about this next point is that it shatters a massive misconception out there. So many veterans assume, well, I didn't deploy to a combat zone, so I don't really deserve benefits. No way, that is completely false. Your service alone makes you eligible for a wide range of benefits, period, regardless of whether you ever saw active combat. Section 3, 6 life-changing VA benefits, beyond the basics. Let's look at the actual treasure here. Think of these benefits as the hidden treasure of your military journey. Most veterans only know about maybe 1 or 2 of these, but we've animated a highly structured breakdown to make it super clear. Benefit number 1 is VA healthcare. See our animated veteran seamlessly getting medical care? If you served at least 24 continuous months, or the full period you were called to active duty, you likely qualify. And this is incredibly broad. We're talking primary care, mental health services, surgery, specialty care, the whole shebang. And for a massive number of veterans, this care is completely 100% free. Benefit number 2 is VA disability compensation. Basically, this is a tax-free monthly payment that operates on a graduated scale. As you can see, it scales up in 10% increments, all the way from a 10% rating to a full 100% rating. Naturally, the higher your disability rating, the higher your monthly tax-free payment. But here is a crucial detail so many people miss. If your combined rating hits 30% or higher, boom, it unlocks additional monthly allowances for your dependents. Look at our diverse little animated military family here. This applies to your spouse, minor children, young adults in school up to age 23, permanently disabled children, and get this, even dependent parents. That extra financial support, it adds up significantly over time. Next, let's look at this high-impact number, $25,603. That represents the one-time automobile allowance for eligible veterans to purchase a vehicle. And honestly, that's not all. There's also special monthly compensation, or SMC, for unique circumstances, like if you require regular aid and attendance. There's even an annual clothing allowance if your service-connected prosthetics or medications damage your clothes. There are just so many specialized allowances you absolutely need to be aware of. Moving on, benefit number 3 is the GI Bill. The post-9/11 GI Bill is, without a doubt, one of the most powerful wealth-building tools ever created. I mean, it can cover your full tuition at a public university, give you a monthly housing allowance, and even throw in a book stipend. Whether you served on active duty or in the reserves, there's very likely a version of this that applies to you, yet so many folks just never fully utilize it. Let's combine benefits 4 and 5 here: VA home loans and housing grants. In today's wild housing market, a VA home loan is a literal game changer. It can save you tens of thousands of dollars by letting you buy a home with zero down payment and absolutely no private mortgage insurance. Plus, if you have a severe service-connected disability, the VA offers specially adapted housing and special home adaptation grants to help you build, buy, or modify a home so you can live independently. Benefit number 6 covers survivor and death benefits. For eligible survivors of a service member who dies on active duty, there is a $100,000 tax-free death gratuity payment. Furthermore, survivors of veterans who pass away from service-related causes might qualify for dependency and indemnity compensation, which is a monthly tax-free benefit. There are also burial allowances available, up to $2,000 for service-connected deaths. All right, Section 4, Busting Common Benefit Myths. What's holding you back? Now that we've seen all of these incredible benefits, let's tackle the mental blocks that are actively preventing veterans from claiming what is rightfully theirs. Myth number 1, I only served a short time, so I don't qualify. Guys, this is definitively false. Even a very short service period can open doors. The absolute key factors here are your discharge status and the specific type of benefit you're applying for. Never, ever assume your time in uniform was too short to count. Myth number 2. My condition isn't bad enough to claim. This is a huge mental block. But listen, even a 0% rating from the VA officially service connects your condition, and that 0% can immediately open doors to vital health care and other subsequent benefits. Look at the relief on our animated veteran's face here. Please do not self-diagnose your eligibility. File the claim and let the VA decide. And myth number 3, which is probably the most heartbreaking one of all, I'll take benefits from veterans who need it more. Let's address this with total clarity. VA benefits are not a pie. They are not some limited resource that runs out if you take your slice. You earned these benefits through your personal service and sacrifice. Claiming your benefits takes absolutely nothing away from your brothers and sisters in arms. Which brings us to Section 5, Steps to Claim Your Benefits, Your Action Plan. Okay, we've busted the myths, so here is your actionable plan to turn all this knowledge into tangible financial security. So the crucial point is, where do you start? Step 1, gather your records, specifically your DD-214. If you don't have it on hand, you can request it totally for free at archives.gov. Step 2, create an account on va.gov. That's going to be your central hub for tracking everything. And step 3, connect with a Veteran Service Organization, or VSO. Organizations like the DAV, the VFW, or the American Legion have trained representatives who will advocate for you and help navigate the claims process entirely for free. We're going to leave you with this final empowering question. What VA benefit will you claim next to build the life you earned? You've served, you've sacrificed, and these tools are literally just waiting for you to pick them up and use them. Look at our animated hero, triumphant and ready to go. Take that action plan, file that claim, and get everything you are entitled to. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer, and we will catch you in the next one.